2, 1. Welcome back, Pregame Podcast people. I'm your host, Jackson Galt, here with
Jake Bortel. What's up, guys? We are excited to be back. And
hey, this one.
We got the big dogs, little pups of the week. So this is our probably favorite segment we do this year, right?
Yeah.
And this is our best one we do.
Today is going to be a banger.
So, you want to start with your big dog, or you have any other news?
Let's do some news real quick.
Okay.
Just some waiver wire ads that you guys should be looking at. Eno Benjamin is up there for one of the top guys. The top dog has to be Kenneth Walker. I mean, if he's not in your league, consider moving to a different league because that's a unserious league. But obviously, he should be number one. Another running back, Eno Benjamin, like we said. Alec Pierce, wide receiver for the Indianapolis Colts, has to be up there.
I think he is because I think Matt Ryan's been looking his way a ton this season. And the first few games, he wasn't looking at him at all. And then he kind of is like, I have this white boy over here who can actually catch the ball. Let's start throwing it to him. So he's been throwing it to him a lot now.
He's turning to Stafford.
Yeah.
And then some running backs. I really think that Jaylen Warren, backup running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers, is almost a must-add, especially if you're a Najee owner. Najee Harris, a volume running back, has lost touches to Jaylen Warren recently, and Warren has looked more productive on those touches. I would be very upset if I'm a Najee owner, and I would be very curious if I was a Jaylen Warren owner. So that's something to look up on. He's only owned in 3.9% of leagues, so I think that would be a really solid look. Other than that, the top quarterback pickup has to be Geno Smith. Playing at an elite level, have to play him. He's been great, and you can almost set and forget him your quarterback position.
Geno's been great the last few weeks. Another receiver, if he's still available, if I was you, I'd pick up Michael Gallup. Just because Dak's coming back maybe in a week or two.
He should be back next week. That's all I've seen.
Who's he play next week?
Would you shut up? Keep going.
They play the Lions. Oh, that's going to be a massive week. So, yeah, I would pick him up. I think he's an ad if he's still available in your league. Just getting not going to rust off the last 2 weeks with the games he's played in. So, I think he's going to be a must-add.
And my last must-add has to be tight end Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, if you look at it, yes, he's had some duds, but without Winston, he is almost must-start material. Going for 8 points in the first game without Winston, and then 30 with it in the second. He has regular tight end production in certain games where you take 8 points from your tight end positions. Just ask the TJ Hawkinson and Gerald Everett owners this week. So you get the same ceiling that you would with any other guys, but a way higher floor. You have the same floor as the other guys and a way higher ceiling with Taysom Hill. He's going to give you weeks that you get 20, 30 points.
Now, what I like about that one is, too, if Olave's out this week, if Michael Thomas is out, if all the receivers are out, that's just a better target for him to get in the backfield snaps. He's going to do his normal quarterback position. Yep. He can go out the receiver, play a little bit of slot receiver. He can do a lot for you. And you just put him in your tight end spot and he gets all the points for you.
Absolutely.
So, I
think he's must pick up. And depending on Jarvis Landry's roster percentage, without Michael Thomas and probably without Chris Olave, I think that he is a must play.
No, I agree 100%.
All right. You ready to get into big dogs?
Well, should we talk about the Monday night game?
The Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Do you want to talk about it?
Travis Kelce had 4 touchdowns. That's about it. And Devontae Adams could be going to court and being suspended.
That's main takeaway. Devontae Adams, at the end of the day, him and Hunter Renfrow, both of them would have been wide open and would have really helped their case to win the game, which 4 minutes, 34 seconds left. You have the opportunity to tie the game up with a PAT, and you go for it. Why would you go for it?
No, you go for 2. They went for 2.
Yeah, why would you go for 2?
The coach said that analytics told him that he had a better opportunity to win the game if he did that. Why not force overtime? You give Travis Kelce and them the ball.
There's 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. Why are you thinking about overtime? I'm thinking about get a stop, get the ball back. There's so even if you give up something, you're giving yourself another opportunity within 4 minutes.
That's bad coaching right there.
I think that was a terrible. I think that is the most underrated move of the game. I don't know why you go for 2 in that spot.
No, you don't. You kick the ball not 100% of the time.
So without them doing that, they needed the score on the last drive. Devontae Adams, Hunter Renfrow run into each other. They both would have been wide open for a huge play. Instead, that was on 4th down. Game is over. So Devontae Adams is pissed. He's running off the field. And, yeah. Why do you get to be Devontae?
I called it.
Okay, so Jake's Devontae Adams coming off the field. Wait. I'm the cameraman. Hey, Devontae, how do you think the game went? Whoa! My back! My back!
He's a thug. Devontae Adams is a straight thug.
Once a Packer, always a Packer.
No, it's not even that. What it is he's a Raider now. And the Raiders have that thing where they're dirty, they're mean, they're thugs, they're mean, they're all angry people. You know what it is? He's angry. He intertapped his Ruggs,
Shut up.
All these guys, they're just terrible people in the Raiders.
Yeah. I think also Green Bay Packers players stink booty cheeks, and he just can't get it out of his freaking nose. So he just walks around mad all day. Yeah. So Devontae Adams is actually facing court time now.
Yeah. Suspension. I bet he gets a suspension.
He's definitely getting suspended.
Yeah.
And then he's going to have to give up a couple $1 million to that reporter. So, for that being said, I think Waller is a great buy low. He's on bye this week. He got banged up in the game. I think, and he's coming off 2 duds. Darren Waller, that all sounds horrible, right? Mm-hmm. Darren Waller without Devontae Adams is a top 4 tight end start, and you should be targeting him now because that tight end owner right now is scrambling for what to do with the waiver wire adding. Because you're watching the show and they aren't, we're giving you the best advice. So
You're welcome.
I would go after Darren Waller right now. You can give up a guy that might come back this weekend like Dalton Schultz. Because Dalton Schultz, everyone thinks is still going to be that guy, but he hasn't shown that. And then Dak's also hurt. They don't throw the ball with Cooper Rush. I think that he'd be a great throw-in for that deal. You can give up very little to have maximum reward with Darren Waller. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Deb. Kicked up 70 points. Oh, it won't matter, man. Dude, I already won, man.
Never said that. I said there's still a possibility that she could win.
No, you didn't. You said Chiefs are going to blow out the Raiders. It's not even going to be close. I'm not worried about it. That's verbatim. So, yeah, tough finish there if you were going against Josh Jacobs, who's an absolute monster. Right now, buy low on Josh Jacobs. He's on bye week right now. If that person is looking for a running back to start, go ahead and throw him somebody because Josh Jacobs would be a great add to your team. And Devontae Adams, if he can give up very little, do that. Let's go ahead. Let's get into Big Dogs. Jake, you want to start us off?
Yeah, I will. My big dog of the week is coming off a divorce.
What?
Well, maybe a divorce. We don't know yet.
What?
Antonio Brown's posting pictures of him as a book cover, leaving the house saying Daddy's not coming home anymore. And Antonio Brown's in there with the family.
What?
This guy is mad. He is coming back with a vengeance. This week, Tom Brady is my big dog of the week. Pittsburgh is terrible. They let up 400 yards to the Buffalo Bills last week.
The Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills. They have also given up 22 fantasy points through week 6 or through week 5 already. I think Brady has a big week this week, and if you have him, start him this week.
All right, my big dog on the week. Quarterback, Joey Burr. Joe Burr going into the week ranked QB 8. I think he has a top 3 week going against the New Orleans Saints. That's a homecoming for him as he went to LSU, played the best football of his career.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. T. Higgins, we still don't know what's going on with that, but I think Chase and him are going to blow up this week.
Is there a homecoming for Chase as well? Because he also went to LSU.
Exactly. So I think that Joe Burrow has a top 3 fantasy finish this week. Book it! Jake, who's your big dog running back?
Big dog running back this week is going to be Dalvin Cook. Going up against Miami defense, who let up 27 points last week to Breece Hall. Cook is going to have a big week this week. I think he's going to be a top running back again this week. I think he's a top 3 finish this week in fantasy running backs.
Yeah, it's easier when you pick guys that are already in the top 10.
Oh,
My big dog. Ho, ho. Nice pass.
Nice throw. Nice catch.
My big dog. Ho, ho. Running back on the week, Devin Singletary. Running back for the Buffalo Bills. Going in ranked RB22 on the week. Running back 23 overall. Devin Singletary in close games this year has put up 24 points and 13 points. He's running back 23. That is because whenever the Bills are in complete control of a game, as the Tennessee game last week, the Pittsburgh Steelers game, week 1 against the Rams, they don't use Devin Singletary because they don't want to use him for something that they don't need. They throw in the garbage man, Zach Moss, and trash running back James Cook. So Devin Singletary, easily one of the best running backs. I think is a very underrated running back in the NFL. Easily the best running back on the Bills offense. I think that he is going to have a top 12 finish because this is going to be a close game going against the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. I think he finishes with 5 catches on the day and he gets a top 12 finish. Book it! Jake, who are your receivers? Nice, that was awesome.
Big dog receiver of the week is going to be Adam Thielen. They're going up against the Finns, who've given up 30 points to receivers through week 6. Finns will try to lock down Jay Jets this week. I don't think they will be able to do that. I think they put a lot of pressure and focus on that side of the field.
Yeah, Xavier Howard's probably going to be matched up
I think they're going to have matched up with that. I think he'll kind of follow him wherever he goes. So I think that Thielen will have a big week this week, as well as Cook, as I picked before. But I like Thielen a lot this week. I feel like he's going to have a big, big week with a lot of targets.
All right. Where do you think he finishes?
Top 10.
Ooh, come on. Top 10 week for Adam Thielen?
Mm-hmm. I think he gets in the end zone
once or twice. That's a crazy pick. All right, we'll see. You think they blow them out?
Yeah.
My big dog on the week at wide receiver. Wide receiver, Juju Smith-Schuster. How do you do the Corvette?
Tick-tick-tock.
Corvette. I like that. I don't like that.
He does something like that, yeah. Something like that. That looks a lot.
Juju Smith-Schuster. Going into the week, he is wide receiver 36 on the week, 46 on the season. Juju has 8 targets in each game of the last 3 weeks. He, I think, gets into the end zone. I think that Mahomes is going to have to go anywhere. I think he's going to have to target everywhere but Travis Kelce this week, as the Bills have a great defense. Jordan Poyer is probably going to be matched up with him. And I think that he's going to have a week. And that makes Juju the number 1 target for him.
Tre'Davious White is also coming back, though.
Off an injury,
but that's still, he's a lockdown corner.
Well, I don't think they're going to match him up with Juju. I think that they stay with him on one side, and they'll move Juju all over the place.
Okay.
So I think Juju Smith-Schuster has a top 20 wide receiver week this week.
Good for you.
Jake, here's your tight end big dog of the week.
Big dog of the week? Big Bob Tunyon. I think Bob Tunyon, going up against the Jets, just have given up 9 fantasy points to tight ends through week 5. I think that he has 15 plus fantasy points this week.
Whoa!
15 points from Big Bob Tunyon this week.
Whoa!
I think he gets in the end zone once or twice, and I think he has a big week. Big Bob Tunyon.
Whoa! Nice pick.
Thank you.
My big dog tight end on the week is gonna be Willie Dilpecker. Willie Disley. He's going in ranked tight end 21 on the week, tight end 13 on the season. The Arizona Cardinals are 31st against tight ends in the NFL so far. I think he gets in the end zone this week, and he's going to have a top 8 tight end finish for you this week. Love me some Willie Dillpecker. I think that he is a beast. And he's going to show you once again. Jake, who is your little pup quarterback on the week?
Little pup of the week is going to be Marcus Mariota going up against the 49ers defense, who is very, very... Why'd you pick Mariota too?
No one's playing Marcus Mariota.
Oh, really? Because 2 weeks ago, big dog of the week is going to be Marcus Mariota. He's a must start. You said that 2 weeks ago. All right. Marcus Mariota is going up against a 49ers defense who was only allowed up 9 points through week 5. I think he is going to get shut down.
Yeah, he's... No, did. No one's playing Marcus Mariota.
Well, they might have to.
That's a terror. No, they don't. Pick up Geno. You're not playing Marcus Mariota.
Well,
what is his roster percentage?
If they have to.
If his roster percentage is under 10%, you cannot have Marcus Mariota. That's crap.
ESPN.
That's a terrible pick. In the meantime, I'm going to do my little pup of the week at the quarterback position. Quarterback, Justin Herbert. Going against a good Denver defense on prime time. He's going in QB7 on the week through Fantasy Pros. I think he finishes outside the top 12, maybe top 15. I think that they rely on the run game this week, and I think it is a very low-scoring game. It's Mario.
Looking up right now.
Yeah, dude.
16%.
No, you cannot use Marcus
Oh, my
Mariota.
God.
Find a new one. I'll do my little pup running back in the meantime. Dude, you have to do someone that's going to play.
He is going to play.
Dude, that's like me being like...
Can I put Matt Ryan?
No,
Why?
It's not Matt Ryan.
14%.
Dude, that'd be like me saying, my little pup of the week is Chuba Hubbard. Backup running back for the Carolina Panthers.
He's not a backup running back, though. He's a starter.
Chuba?
No.
It's the same thing. No one's playing him.
No, I can't pick Derek Carr.
Derek Carr's on bye. Here, this is where you can pick. Go through right here. My little pup of the week this week is running back Miles Sanders against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys has a great defense. I think that this is sneaky low scoring. I think Philadelphia, it does win this game. I think it's super close. But with that being said, with it being low scoring, I don't think that Miles Sanders gets in the end zone this week. He has to go against Jalen Hurts, who is a top running quarterback in the NFL. He's the real running back one of that offense. If Miles Sanders doesn't get in the end zone, then he's almost useless because he's not going to have very good run yards per carry this week either. So I'm steering clear of Miles Sanders. He's going in ranked RB13. He's RB14 on the season. I think he has an outside the top 24 running back finish.
Can I pick Trevor Lawrence?
Sure, whatever.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence, small.
That's
little
terrible.
Who would you? How? Who was yours?
Justin Herbert.
Wow, he's gonna have a.
You're
great
picking
week.
guys that stink.
Fine, I'll go. Aaron Rodgers is gonna have a bad week.
Sure,
Aaron Rodgers. Okay.
Aaron Rodgers against the Jets. Gosh, Marcus Mariota, guy that doesn't even play on any.
Okay, but 2 weeks ago he was allowed to be your big dog because he's gonna be a beast. See what he ran, touched the ball.
Yeah, and then he did nothing, and everyone's listening to my takes, and I'm like, yeah, cut him. So everyone cut him.
Okay.
Who's your little pup running back?
Little pup is CMC going up against an angry Rams defense who's going to shut down the run this week. That's mine. Is that okay? Is that okay to have him? Okay, great. Glad you like that.
I learned my lesson on CMC.
Okay, go ahead. Who's your wide receiver is going to be Michael Pittman going up against the Jags last week. Or going up against the Jags who are going to shut him down. They shut him out last week. Last time they played him. So I'm going Pittman.
Nice pick.
Thank you.
Yeah, played the Jags.
The Jags, yes. Who shut him out last time they played.
This is going to be one of the boldest little pups on the season. My little pup at the wide receiver position is 2 players. One is going in, ranked wide receiver 11 on the week. The other, 13 on the week. My little pups of the week are Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Going in with a 3rd string quarterback on the week. They have a tough matchup. I hate Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I think Minnesota is going to blow them out, just like how Jake does. Since Jake has 2 players in his big dogs. I think that Miami is going to have a really tough time. Backup quarterback is going to be exposed, and I think that they shut them down. Plus Tyreek Hill being banged up in the boot already, and then Jalen Waddle still recovering. I think that those 2 are both outside the top 20, if not top 24 this week. Book it. Jake, who is your low pup tight end of the week?
2 things. Changing my Aaron Rodgers prediction.
That's fine.
Okay.
To who? Freaking Zappy?
Can I be exact?
No. That's
Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray. K1. It's my little pup of the week. I think Seattle's going to lock them down. They have a decent defense still. So, I think
it's like 39 to the Saints and 45 to the Lions.
Yeah.
That's a bad defense.
They'll be all right. They'll lock them down. Tight end, though, is going to be Mike Gesicki. Going through this week, I think he has a terrible week. I think he has a 5 to 7 point range this week. I don't think he does very much this week. I think he gets maybe 2 or 3 targets, and I think he's gonna get locked down this week.
I don't disagree. My little pup, tight end on the week, Zach Ertz. So we're in the same ballpark. My main reasoning is I think that this is actually going to be a high-scoring game that I disagree with you on, but Zach Ertz's role does take a hit with Rondale Moore coming into the offense. Rondale Moore takes up a lot of those little short passes that Zach Ertz lives for. I think that that's going to be a big hit on his impact. I think that with Hollywood becoming the man too, and then Eno Benjamin, who's a solid pass-catching running back, I think that that's going to hurt them. I think that he is going to have an outside of the top 12 tight end week this week. And he's been a top 5 guy all season long. So that is my little pup. That is Jake's little pup. Do we have anything else to get into today? Any news?
I don't think there's really been any news except for the Devontae Adams news.
Yeah, so Devontae Adams, what do you think his suspension is going to be? And what are you doing if you're a Devontae Adams owner? What news came out?
It's just the court record, the pictures of court records.
So the guy, he obviously filed a police report. He's in the hospital right now, which is a little over the top, but get your money, big dog. Devontae Adams, this is going to have serious consequences, not just in reality, but also in football. I think he gets suspended around 3 games.
Yeah, I'm saying...
I see a 3-game suspension.
Probably 2 or 3 game suspension.
It's just the assault on national television. That's my thing. You know, you can't have it.
No, you can't. And then it's kind of bad. It's really a bad look for the Raiders organization, and it's a really bad look for him. And it's just like, dude,
he's on Taco Bell commercials and everything.
Yeah.
I wonder if those get pulled. Yeah. But if you're an owner of Devontae Adams, that means you're going to be without your guy. You're probably first to early second round pick for multiple weeks now. You're already going to miss him because of the bye week. So not having him is going to be huge to your lineups. What are some things you could do? Would you try and trade Devontae Adams before the suspension comes out?
If you have a receiver on your bench that you can put him on the bench for, then no. But if you are you need a receiver.
Say you're 2-3.
Okay.
You have Devontae Adams on bye, and you have Amon-Ra St. Brown on bye. So you're without 2 of your top wide receivers, and you have mediocre guys, to say the least. And if you have those 2, that means that those guys were carrying your team.
Yeah.
So do you try and trade for another top guy? And by top guy, I'm not saying like you're going to get Justin Jefferson for Devontae Adams. Would you consider trading a guy in like... Would you try and get 2 guys like Chris Godwin? I don't know if I'd put Mike Evans. Mike Evans is too close to a wide receiver.
Yeah.
But middle tier wide receiver 2. Would you get 2 wide receiver 2s for Devontae Adams? Would you do that?
Yeah, if you can do that, then yes. But it's just, I think people that pick Devontae. Expect him to still. He's still receive like.
The problem is he's not going to be on your team. And if you're 2-3, you're trying to fight for a playoff push. And it's going to be really hard to do that with a guy that you can't even put on IR sitting on your bench.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe I would try and get Godwin, Hopkins, and like another running back.
Yeah, Hop does come back next
guys,
week.
Like we said it a couple days ago, get DeAndre Hopkins now. If that owner is reeling, they're like 2-3, 1-4, even 0-5. Pressure into getting Hopkins right now. Give them a guy they can start during bye weeks. Like, it doesn't even have to be anybody good. You could trade him a quarterback if they have a crappy quarterback situation. You could trade him a average, like, I would offer, like, Tony Pollard for Hopkins. Something like that.
Yeah,
if
Pollard's
they would
gonna get a
start
lot of
Pollard, I would try and do that. I would try and get one of your middle ground running backs or wide receivers off your team for a guy that has potential league-winning implications. That is what I would try and do. But whatever you can make it happen with DeAndre Hopkins. Because I'm telling you, that's going to be a huge asset to your team.
No, I agree 100%. If you can get Hopkins, he's been a top receiver the last 2 years down in that in Arizona. So
Yeah.
I like him a lot. If you can get him, get him. And
for sure. Now's the time.
Yes, and he'll still blow up.
Another guy. If their team is 2-3, 1-4, 0-5, and they're desperate, I would try and get DeAndre Swift. He's on bye. If they don't have any starters, I would try and make a move for a starter. Like, I would offer Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
And another player for DeAndre Swift. Because Swift has league-winning upside, guys. You have to think ahead. The owner with Swift has put up with a bad week, and then he's missed 2 straight games. He's going to miss this game, and then he's finally going to be back next week.
But then he won't do anything next week.
Yeah, next week when he plays, right now is the time to do it. Because as soon as he's on track to play after this week, there's no way you're going to get Swift. Because he's holding on to the implication that he's going to be a top 5 running back. So you need to make that move now, ASAP, before that happens.
No, I agree for sure. Just because when he comes back, he'll play against Dallas. He's not gonna do anything against Dallas's running game.
I think we're gonna have to throw him the ball.
Yeah, and still,
I think Swift. Is lineup proof. I think he's matchup proof. He's gonna do well no matter who he plays. The offensive line is still good. They're gonna be healthier. The Lions' offense is gonna get a little bit back on track. They're not gonna put up another dud. Obviously, Dallas' defense is fantastic. We'll see what they're made of this week, but coming up,
this week's going to be a big one.
So coming off of a Sunday night football game against the Eagles, I think that is going to be a huge matchup for both teams.
Yeah.
I think Dallas is going to win for sure against the Lions, but I think Swift is a big part to your fantasy lineups. I would try my best to get him on your team. Is there anybody else that you should be targeting right now?
I can't think of anybody else.
Did I go on a Waller rant yet? Okay, yeah. Go for Darren Waller, guys. Do that. Book it right now. How many guys have we had to be right on?
Pickens, we were right.
George Pickens, Lenny Fournette, Alec Pierce, Najee Harris. Guys, listen to us and try and use this advice to lead to a fantasy championship. Because that's where this is going to take you. I promise you that. Yeah. This is going to be mine sometime soon. So, I think that's it. You got anything else to add?
No, I think I'm good.
Another guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I would try and go for him. Coming off of a bad week, and he's been hurt, and they're on the bye right now. I would try and go after Amon-Ra. I'd give up a wide receiver 2 for him right now. Dallas, nobody. Philly, not really. If I'm a Miles Sanders owner, like I have him on my little pup, I would be trying to get rid of Miles Sanders.
Let me ask you this. Would you make this trade?
What trade?
Amari Cooper and Antonio Gibson for St. Brown and Harris.
Who's giving up what?
I would be receiving Amari Cooper and Gibson, and I would be giving away St. Brown and Harris.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that is a horrible trade.
No shot. I like the idea going after a super low Najee and a super low Amon-Ra, but He's a little too late to the party on the Antonio Gibson hype train,
Yes.
like we tried to tell you guys.
Now, here's the thing. Amon-Ra did terrible last week. Still injured, though. He was playing injured.
Yes, he was on a snap.
So,
he was on a pitch count.
Yes.
And whenever he was playing, Goff was trying to get him the ball.
Yes. So, and now if he has a bye this week, coming back next week against Dallas, he might have a big week next week against Dallas. I don't think so.
Another guy that you could be targeting right now, Keenan Allen. He's going to be coming back sooner rather than later. When he plays, he is a top 20 option. It's just the problem is, when is he going to play? So if that manager is reeling, I would try and trade for him. That's another guy that I would be looking to make a move on. Like, I would offer Tyler Lockett for Keenan
Lockett,
Allen.
who had a big week last week, 2 touchdowns, a ton of yards. I think if you could trade Tyler Lockett and get him off your team.
Another guy, Chris Olave. He has been great. The problem is he's hurt right now. If he were to miss this week, now the time, swoop in, give him a starter. Because chances are that team has bye issues right now as well. So they might be looking for a starter. And if Olave's not able to do that, if they have a Devontae Adams, Amon-Ra St. Brown on bye week right now, they don't have an option.
No.
So I think I would try and get Chris Olave on a deal. Another guy, like I said last episode, buy low on Drake London. He's going to get his target soon, guys. Deontay Johnson, a solid buy low. He's getting 10 targets a game, every single game. Wide receivers that get 10 targets a game, average 16 points per usual on the fantasy season. They get 16 points, which would put him in the top 15 wide receiver. Right now, he's averaging 11. That's going to turn. I would go after Deontay Johnson right now. What's up?
Nothing, I'm good.
Oh, are you yawning?
No, I was just thinking about something else, and then I was like, probably wouldn't.
Another guy, T. Higgins. Go after T. Higgins. He's hurt. He may not play this week. That's completely fine. When he plays, he's going to be a top 15 asset for your team. Some guys I would move off of. Right now is the time, if not this week, next, for Ramondre Stevenson. Stevenson is going to have a couple weeks without Damian Harris. He was great against the Lions. I think he's going to be great against the Browns. But after that, it's going right back into that 1 million people in the backfield. Stevenson's not going to own the job, guys. Harris is going to come back eventually. He's a great play now, but he's going to be way worth all the assets that you get for him. And then another guy, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I would try and move up with Clyde Edwards-Helaire right now. So, all right.
There is one thing we have to do before we leave, because we've been getting calls about it all week.
All the time.
All the time. You were right one time. You're saying, he's going to be a top 5 quarterback this week. Oh, Carl Wentz is great. No, you were right. This time, we'll give you credit. Coach Galt, we'll give you credit.
We'll take the L on that. Carl Wentz had one good week. I don't suspect it.
I don't either. No, I think he'll have his week where he's the guy, top 5 quarterback. But there's going to be other weeks where he can't do anything, and I think these next few weeks are going to be that week that he does nothing. So we'll give you your credit where it's due. You had a good job. If you have any other suggestions or something else, don't call us about it or text us. Put it in the comments. Do we have any comments about where Cooper should take his alliance?
The only comments we had was, stop talking about the past. No one likes the Cowboys. That's the only one I saw.
Who said that?
Tevin.
Oh, Tevin did?
Yeah, Tevin said
Yeah. Tevin, yeah.
Another thing,
of course he would say that.
If you have Jeff Wilson, I would move off Jeff Wilson now. Elijah Mitchell is going to be coming off IR sometime soon here. He's a great play now, but rest of season, look ahead. You have to look ahead. Look at guys that are underperforming right now. I would offer Jeff Wilson and a player for an Aaron Jones, for a Joe Mixon. I would try and scoop while they're really cold before they blow up. That, I think, is a great idea.
We also have been high on Breece Hall this whole season.
You can't get Breece Hall. There's
no.
shot
But we've been
Breece
high
Hall.
on him, and we were right about that.
Yep. Another guy that I was high on going into the season, he's just now showing you what he can do, Travis Etienne. He's starting to take touches from James Robinson. He's a young running back in basically his rookie season, coming off a 114-yard game last week. He's only going up from here. He's only going to take more from James Robinson. Obviously, this is a sell James Robinson, but I don't know what you can get for him at this point. Etienne, huge pickup. If you can go after him, trade a Jeff Wilson, I would do that as well. I think we're good other than that.
Yeah, other than that, I think we're good.
A.J. Dillon, I think, is a sneaky trade. I think I would throw him in on a different trade, too.
No, yeah.
I would turn a trade for another player into a A.J. Dillon deal. Just because A.J. Dillon's averaging 17 touches a game, guys, and he hasn't had any touchdown progression. He's going to get in the end zone. He is going to. Just wait on it. He's had a couple duds in a row, especially last week coming off a 3-point game. I'm telling you, A.J. Dillon is going to do better as the season goes on. Other than that, let's go ahead. Let's get out of here. Thank you guys for liking, subscribing, commenting. We almost have 100 views on a video on the channel within the first 2 weeks. We love to see it. Thank you guys so much for supporting.
So share it with a friend. And then you know what you tell them to do? Share it with a friend.
What?
Tell them to share it with a friend. What? Tell them to share it with a friend. And then we go global. And when we're global, we're it. We're the show to watch.
We're the show to watch now.
Yes.
Obviously, don't share with people that are in your leagues.
Yes.
But if you have friends that are in other leagues that they don't listen to you, you tell them our advice and they don't listen to you. Just send them
Send
here.
them our way.
And they'll get the big picture.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Monday. Peace. I got my only one.